Good afternoon ladies, Kay here. Just wanted to share a few things that I've been working on this week, and I hope that you're all well and in a good place and been doing lots of crafting. The first thing I want to show you is something that was inspired by Dwillis over there in Kiwiland, who had got a watering can from one of her charity shops, op shops as they call them, and she'd altered it. And lo and behold, I went into town and found my very own watering can. It's a bit on the large side, but I'm not too bothered about that. I've done very little to it. If you really look at it, I quite like this Belle Fleur writing, which is on either side of the watering can, so I didn't really want to lose that or paint over it. It was cream in its own right anyway, so what I decided to do was just put some lace trim around, as you can see, some glue strands everywhere, some little flat back pearls that I got from Fiona Jennings 644, and then this trim, which Fiona also sent me some time back. This is the fluorescent Chinese braiding that I actually put around the top, around the bottom, but I've also dressed the handle with it as well and just put some of the little blingy bits or pearly bits there, just to give it some features of interest. On the top there's just a little doily. I've put these pins in temporarily because I've not actually made any stick pins of my own, which I'm intending to do. I used some foam stuff, I don't know what you'd call it. It was from a something that was packed and needed to be protected, so I just cut out circles, 2 circles, because as you can appreciate the depth is quite significant. I cut out 2 circles of the foam, pressed it down inside before I actually then carried on and put in some ordinary stuffing from a pillow that I bought in one of those denim or somewhere like that. Put some what I consider to be vintage material over the top of that, and then just applied the doily, all with the inevitable glue sticks and glue gun, which is why I've got so many. I thought I'd got them all, glue strands all around, but sorry, I've gone off the track. The trim I also bought from Fiona's Etsy shop. It has got an iridescent flavour to it, but with the sheen from the lace trim, it actually all blends in together really, really nicely, so I'm actually quite pleased with this one. I know it's on the big side, but well, you know, you've got to take these opportunities when you do, and this little watering can was only £1.25 in the shop, so I was really very pleased with that. I've not done anything to the bottom. I might put some felt or something on it because I am worried about wooden surfaces and so on that might be adversely affected by it. But I thought I'd share that with you. I'll put that one out of the way. And the other thing I've worked on this week is my second mixed media canvas, which I'd like to share with you. And I'm really very pleased with it, very pleased indeed. This is just an ordinary serviette, and on the serviette you've got 4 ladies in each of the quadrants of the serviette. So I actually fussy cut around her, put on 2 layers including the layers within the napkin, and then very, very carefully just use some lightweight PVA, very much diluted, just to stick her together. I let her dry very carefully and worked on the canvas, which, as you can see, I've just put other napkins over. There's very much a French feel to this, I'm hoping. The Eiffel Tower is in this heart, which is actually half of polystyrene heart that I just sliced it down through as though I were cutting bread, and then put the pearl trim around because it got lost with the napkin background. These flowers in total are a mixture of material, foam. These little pink ones here, Fiona Jennings gifted me. There are some silk flowers there. I'm sure we're all aware of a young lady who had calla lilies at her wedding. Someone might spring to mind if you've seen any of her videos, but I thought I'd put them in just as a point of interest for her. Hello, sweetie pie. You know who you are. And then basically it's been a question of Mod Podging, painting the background with a wash of acrylic white paint and water, applying the flowers. I wanted a really nice fulsome spray there. There are also some bits of pearl trim that I've just literally put on and let them free flow. I didn't really want to restrict it too much, except ones like this one and down here that are resting over the flowers. I didn't want them to be knocked off in any place. I've got cotton wool here. I then washed everything. The hearts, the under here is a doily. This is just flat back pearl trim, a couple of little keys, some, oh dear, ribbon trim with the rose effect. Put a little pearl inside of those. Washed the whole lot over with the acrylic paint, very well diluted. Did that several times, and then came back in with the Spun Sugar Distress ink and just lightly applied it onto the more proud and freestanding flowers, just to try and marry up the pinkness in the young lady's dress. There's an edge of lace running up through the side here that just fitted the canvas beautifully and allowed me to use just 1/2 of a serviette, so I was really absolutely delighted with that. I've not done many canvases. This really is the second one that I've done, and I've thought about it long and hard and really had to put some work in to get it to come together, because these things don't come naturally to me. And then in the silicone styrofoam heart, I've just put a little stick pin just to make a focus on that. My sister's just arrived, bless her heart. And so that's the finished item, and I am delighted to be able to share that with you and hope you like it too. For my final, or almost final, ladies, I want to thank Scrimpingmommy Amanda for sending me my bags. If you check out Scrimpingmommy's site, she's just done a mini album, or started a mini album, done the tutorial to make these bags into pages for the album, which is absolutely brilliant. I can't get them down in Taunton, so she's actually sent them to me in the post, bless her. Thank you, Amanda, very much appreciated. And finally, ladies, I'm sure you're sick of hearing me drivel on. I've got my entry for KarenmcClures weekly competition. Gary is going to take still pictures of these for me, and it's just bracelets I've made using bicone crystals on a metallic seed bead base. They are so effective and so pretty. This one I call my country cottage because it's pinks and light greens, and this one just reminds me of the sea because of all the blues and greens, and literally it is all taken up and altered by whatever light you're in. The lighter one has got a silver bead base, and this one has got the gold bead base, as you can see. So Karen, I'll be sending these to you to go up in your slideshow that you're planning to do. It's just a slider clasp, very easy to apply. So thank you very much for watching, ladies. I do hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.